Okay, Brett, we're going to wrap this just to demonstrate the constrictor wrap and how to use the spike roller that we're going to give to Ivan, so you know how to demonstrate it and how to use it. Remember, you don't have to knead this and mold it quite as much as you would if you're not going to put the constrictor wrap on it. It has a big advantage to it when you are working with large conduits and large wraps. Now we'll take the constrictor wrap and wrap it the same way that we wrap the cloth, overlapping it a little bit on the wrap. Try to keep the resin from running out. You want to get at least 2 wraps on it. 4 would be better. And you can also turn this and twist it if you like on the ends. When you get to the end, they come back the other way. Make it a little bit tighter. At that point there, you can just rip it off or cut it with a pair of scissors. Now you want to take the spike roller and be very careful with it, because these spikes on here are very sharp. You don't have to put a lot of pressure on it because of the sharpness of the spikes, but just run it across evenly all the way around the wrap. Now you notice already that the bubbles are coming up. That's the gas bubbles coming out from underneath the constrictor wrap. These holes allow that gas to come out, and of course some resin is going to come out with the gas, which is okay. When these bubbles stop forming and excuse me, you can and they get hard, you'll be able to flick them off. And when they break cleanly, when you flick them with your finger, then you know that you can undo the constrictor wrap and see what your product looks like at that time. This will also not only make it look good, to where you have a porcelain-like finish to your wrap, to your product, but it also keeps a lot of pressure on the resin and forces it back into the cloth evenly, so it gives you a stronger wrap, a stronger product. Okay, Brett, this is one we did just before we started that other one. Now if you notice here, when you flick it, see it just comes right off, breaks right off. At that point you can go ahead and there goes another one. It'll just break right off cleanly. When it does that, you can go ahead and undo your wrap. Now when you get done with that, I don't know if you can see that, but take a good look at that. That thing is just like glass. Okay? Now out in the sun, if it's going to be on the sun, you could always paint this whatever color it's wrapped on to match it, or if you're just going to leave it white, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get some of our UV coating and coat it with it, coat this with it so it stays nice and white forever. After a period of time, of course, out in the sun, this will start turning colors. But as you can see, the finish on this is very slick and very smooth, and it doesn't look like a like a cloth bandage at all. And there again, this is also a very strong wrap, a very strong bond in here because of this constrictor wrap pushing the resin back into the cloth. If you don't have one of those spike rollers, this is not as good, but you can always take a wire brush and you can tap the constrictor wrap with a firm wire brush or punch holes in it. It's not as neat. It doesn't do quite as good a job as a spike roller does, but in a pinch you can also use something like this to put the perforations through the constrictor wrap. And that's about it.